For less than $4 a plate, I'm cooking some lemon garlic shrimp pilaf. You probably pay $20, $18, $24 at a restaurant for something like this. It's a classic Mediterranean dish that's absolutely delicious. It should be ready in about 30 minutes, maybe more, maybe a little less. I'm going to use my Ninja PossibleCooker Pro here. Let me show you how it's done. Hey cookers, it's dinner in 30 minutes and we're cooking with Jill. Welcome to my kitchen. I've got my Ninja PossibleCooker Pro. It's been preheating. It's on bake at 425. All right, I got the timer on my nuker set for 30 minutes. Let me press start. All right, that's counting down. I got my Ninja PossibleCooker Pro set on bake at 425. It's been preheating a little bit. I've got 4 cups of chicken broth on the stove. I want to bring that to a boil, so let me turn that on. Here we go, because we're going to use that in here. So as you know, when I do these, I try to make this as realistic as possible when I'm cooking. So I'm going to be getting stuff out of the fridge and the cabinets and all that kind of good stuff. So what we're going to start with is about, that's hot. Like I said, I've been having it preheat. 3 tablespoons of olive oil and about a half a stick of butter. So let me get that. So that's about 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Here we go. I'm gonna throw a half stick of butter in there. Okay, so we're gonna put a cup of Orzo in here. So let me get that. Orzo is just pasta. It's kind of shaped like rice, and it's popular in the Mediterranean area. There we go, it's about a cup, and it's used for rice pilaf. So there's a cup of that. We're also going to be putting basmati rice in there. So let me stir this around a bit. We want this Orzo to get a nice golden brown. You don't want it burnt, but a nice golden brown. It'll have a nice, rich, nutty flavor to it, and that's what we're looking for. So while that's browning, let me get an onion and chop it up. You should have a nice sharp knife. These Ninja Never Stole knives are great. All right. Ooh, that onion don't look good. Let me stir this up a little bit. Let me see if I can get a better looking onion. Let's slice this one open. Well, it's not the best looking onion either. I'm just going to slice off that little bad spot there. That's good. That'll be enough onion, so let me just, so that's looking good. Really good. Let me get this onion in here. I just want a decent coarse chop on this onion. It don't need to be too finely done. There we go. Let's get that onion down in there and stir it in a bit. So that Orzo is doing pretty well. So it's about ready. I'd like for that onion to get a little bit translucent, but we'll see if it does. All right. Now, let me get this basmati rice in there. We want a cup of it too, okay? Ooh, that's close. All right, so if you don't have basmati rice, that's okay. You can use long grain rice, but traditional pilaf has Orzo and basmati rice. So that Orzo is starting to look good there. It's got a nice golden brown to it, and that butter and all is pretty hot there. So even those onions are starting to get translucent. Let me get some garlic. So this is just jarred minced garlic that I get from Aldi's. I'm going to put, that's about 1 tablespoon. I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons in there. About like that. And we want to stir this in there. We just want that garlic to just blossom a bit, just release its flavor. It just needs to get hot. If it gets brown, it'll turn burner. It'll turn bitter, and we don't want that happening. So that smells good. That garlic and that onion smells really good. Okie dokie, that's getting there. That is almost perfect with that Orzo. So I'm going to want the juice of 4 lemons. Give me a second here. I use this little egg separator. Just slice that there. And then I'm going to just squeeze this here. Like that. That looks good. And 3 of these lemons want to go into this pot here. And I'll show you what I'll do with the 4th lemon in a little bit. So this broth is boiling. Let's pour it over here. There we go. Whoops. I lost my spoon. All right, so now that that's boiling, let me turn this down, and what I'm gonna do is just turn it off here, and then I'm gonna turn it back on, and I'm gonna put it on slow cook on high, and just press start. There we go. So there's the juice of 1 lemon. Strain this over here. Try to keep the seeds out of it a little bit. And let's get our 3rd lemon in here. There we go. See this little egg separator here? Does a nice job at catching those seeds. All right, so I've already got 1 lemon in there. There's the other 2. Now, I want to add some of this Sazon Seasoning. Now, this isn't really typical pilaf that you'd put in here, but that you would add to pilaf. But this is going to give it a nice, bright, golden color, which I want. And then I want to season this up just a little bit. So I'm going to use what I call my start with this seasoning. This is what I call my start with this seasoning. It's just equal blends of salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. So we got lots of garlic and onion there already. So this should be nice. So we know that stuff is hot. So now I'm going to put the lid on here and let this cook. So while that's cooking, I'm going to be prepping our shrimp and things like that. So that rice will be done in about 20 minutes. Now, if you don't have chicken stock, you could use fish stock, or you could just use water and put some chicken bouillon in it. That's fine, but I got plenty of chicken stock around. Waffles, my kitty cat, is terminally ill with cancer, and he doesn't digest regular cat food very well. So we cook him up some chicken thighs and chicken legs and ball them up in here, and then we chop it up and freeze it. He likes it, he loves it actually. So I'm just getting the juice out of this other lemon. It's gonna go into my shrimp marinade. There we go. So I'm going to save those lemons because we are going to use the zest off of those. I'm going to put my Orzo away. All right, so this is 2 pounds of shrimp. They're thawed. You could thaw the shrimp 5 minutes under some running cold water, or you can just take the shrimp out of the freezer and let it thaw in your refrigerator overnight. So we went to the Mediterranean, took a cruise back in May of 2024. There was shrimp everywhere. Every city we went to, every meal we had, there was shrimp on the menu at every restaurant. And, you know, it's really a fruit of the sea, and it's one of my favorite seafoods. And, you know, everything seemed to be shrimp this and shrimp that, lemon this and lemon that. When I was in Dubrovnik, I had a lemon beer. It was named Pan, P-A-N. I ain't never seen it before. And I did check. Somebody does import it here. But I'm not a beer drinker at all, but that stuff was good. I was in Messina, and we were walking around. There's a big square there in Messina, and they had some of the little table vendors there, and one guy was selling these aprons over here with, it's got the recipe for limoncello on it. And, you know, I've got a lemon motif in my kitchen, and I'm going, you know, that'd be nice to hang in my kitchen. And then when we left Messina at the duty-free store, we got a bottle of limoncello for the ship. That stuff is good too. Have you ever had limoncello? Oh, yeah, I love it. If you like lemons, you would enjoy it. All right, so these shrimp are almost done. It's a little bit of a hassle, but it goes. How we doing here? Oh, I think we got plenty of time. Last time I made this, I forgot to take the tails off the shrimp. It's really kind of a pain in the neck to eat. All right, so I got all the tails off. Let me wash my hands. So I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of garlic in there. And then I'm gonna take this lemon juice and put that in there. I tell you what, I'm gonna get some more of that, start with this seasoning. Here we go. Maybe put a tablespoon in there. And I just want to stir this up. Yeah, there we go. I just want that garlic to get around that shrimp real good. And that salt, pepper, and onion powder in there. So shrimp marinade's really, really quick. So I'm not real worried about that. All right. So now I'm going to zest some of that lemon there. Give me a second. So I got this grater off of Amazon, and it's really sharp. It's got this cover on here. Cover's a pain in the neck to get off. Give me a second here. There we go. Whew. All right, let's see if I can get the zest off of some of this. Now you just want to get this outer coating of yellow off this lemon. You really don't want to get down into the whites of it much at all. The whites is bitter. This lemon is going to make for a nice zing on this dish. There we go. So we've got the zest of 3 lemons. That should be plenty good. That stuff adds a nice flavor. So let me get this out of the way, and I'll just leave that zest on the cutting board. All right, so it's about 5 minutes till this stuff is done. Now you want to fold the shrimp in here. Okay, so that pilaf is looking good. Not quite done, but you just want to take the shrimp and put it in here. You don't want it to be in here a long time. You just really want the shrimp to turn pink. Okay, so this is going to finish cooking up in just a few minutes. You know, if it's gray, it's not done. But if it's pink, it's done. And this is hot enough that it's going to cook that shrimp up in right about 5 minutes. So now I'm going to grate a carrot. So let me peel it real quick. I'll be right back. All right, let me cut the ends off of it here. Here we go. Another one of these graters, but this one always is easier to get the cover off. And I'm just going to grate this carrot real quick. Isn't that carrot beautiful? That's just a beautiful orange there. That should be plenty of carrot for what I'm looking to do. All right, let's give the shrimp a stir. Yeah, that stuff is almost done. Starting to turn pink. That is what we want. Look at that beautiful golden brown of that rice. That is really, really nice. Let's just leave that like that. It'll be done in just a couple minutes. It's a good thing, because we only have a minute and a half left on our timer. Let's look at that shrimp. Yeah, see, that shrimp is perfectly done. It's not gray. It's turned a nice pink. That's what we want. Now, we're going to put the final touches on this. Time's up. But this only takes a second. This cart gets in the way of my Frigitator, so it's a pain in the neck. So what we want to do now is just fold in some baby spinach. Here we go. Now, this spinach doesn't really cook. It really just kind of wilts, and it'll bring a nice color and flavor to this. So I think about a half a bag is going to be just about perfect. Let me set this aside. And now I want to take this lemon zest and just put all that lemon zest in there as well. Here we go. Let me fold all this in together. Mix it up. That's looking good. Now, let me put that lid back on there and grab a plate. So what I want to do next is just what they call mount some butter, or what do they call it? I can't say it French, there's a French term for it. I'm just going to add a couple of tablespoons of cold butter, and it has to be cold butter. If you do, it's going to give it a nice silky glossy coating to it. If you use room temperature butter, it makes it just greasy. So there's just a couple tablespoons. I'm putting it in here, and then I'm going to give this a final stir. That's hot. Just like that. That butter's going to melt up nicely. Look at that spinach. That is what I want from the spinach. This is looking really, really good. Here we go. That is what I want. And then there we go. So I picked this plate because it's really kind of like a Greek blue, which is the epitome of the Mediterranean. So what I want to do is just plate this up. Here we go. Make sure we got plenty of those shrimp, because there are plenty of shrimp in here. We got those shrimp, the onions, the Orzo, the Basmati rice. That all looks really, really good. Now, give me a second here. I'm going to top this off with just a dollop of sour cream, which is bad. This sour cream is bad. We don't want to use the sour cream. So, top this off with a dollop of sour cream, or maybe some Greek yogurt if you prefer, and then sprinkle just a little bit those carrots on there. Share this video with some friends, people you think that might enjoy a nice Mediterranean dish. Have fun.